So, welcome back to the practice. You are about 4 weeks since surgery, correct?
Correct. A little over 4 weeks.
Yeah, so, we did work to improve the quality of your neck and your jawline.
Yes.
And a little bit of this area, jowly area, tiny bit to improve it. But the criteria really is to make you look very natural.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So when you I know you did a tremendous amount of research over a long period of time and finally made the decision to do it. So tell us, or tell the audience here, what kind of research did you do? What did you learn, and how did you finally come upon to do this surgery and finally do it here with us?
Okay. Well, probably about a year ago, I started researching. I had lost about 10 pounds and just got into my 60s, and I noticed kind of a turkey neck, sagging neck that I really disliked. And I would look in the mirror, and it wasn't me. It didn't feel like me, and so I started going on my phone, looking at videos on my phone. I progressed to my television so I could see different ones. I looked to different states. I'm actually from a different state. Looked in Chicago. Most of my research was pre-op, not post-op. In other words, I wanted to learn about the type of facelifts,
Techniques and things.
I some had ponytail lifts, some named their own lifts, so you really couldn't figure out kind of what kind of lift it was. I learned about the SMAS, Deep Plane facelifts. I learned about different terminology like platysma. I wanted to understand.
You went deep.
I wanted to understand what was being done to me.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's just the opposite. She don't want to know any of that. She just likes to have things done. I like to, in anything in life, to understand what's going on.
How old are you?
I am 62. I'll be 63 in July.
So have you thought about this for a long time?
No, I've about a year and a half ago.
Because you're a fit person, you're slim, you look young, you have full head of hair, you look like you take care of yourself.
Yes.
So
I'm very active. I actually still box. I have big boxing material in my garage that I hit and kick, and I stay active. I go to the gym, and I thought I was looking pretty good for my age up until about a year ago. And I lost 10 pounds not trying, and I had started to see some differences when I turned 60, but I still thought I looked pretty well. But in the last year or so, some dramatic changes happened, especially when I lost the 10 pounds. Especially in the neck area.
So was the problem mostly in the central neck area, all across the whole neck area?
It was the neck and the lower face area here, and the neck surprised me. Believe it or not, the issue started being in the lower face. I started watching the videos, and the videos were all about the side views of the necks. I had never really looked at my neck. I didn't really know how my neck looked. So I watched, it could have been one of your videos or another video. I went to the bathroom, had a second mirror, looked at it, and I almost passed out. I said, I couldn't believe it. I said, because I can't see myself a lot of times from
Okay,
the side.
so if you don't mind now,
Yes.
just as a good segue, could you just turn 90 degrees? Yeah, now turn back to the other side. All the way. Your neck looks fabulous, and you're still very, very early from surgery. So now face back to us. So how do you feel? Do you feel like all that is gone now?
Yes, I feel a dramatic difference. It's tight.
Does it look natural and feel natural?
It looks natural now. There's a little tightness. It's only been a month, and so it looks natural. It doesn't totally feel natural yet because there's a tightness. And
so you're 4 weeks after surgery.
4 weeks.
So how was the surgery? How was the recovery process for you?
The surgery, the process leading up to the surgery was good. The surgery was a piece of cake. I was knocked out basically, and woke up.
How do you feel smiling? Does it feel natural or forced?
It feels a little forced still. I haven't
Because it
smiled
feels
a lot.
tight still?
It's tight. When I smile, it kind of tightens around
Pulls you up,
here,
yeah.
but it's loosening up.
Okay.
And it was a pretty smooth process. I guess the only thing I would add is when we left, it might have been a good idea to have a post-op paper that said, okay, day 1 expect this, day 2 expect this, because we were a little rattled just because of the process. Okay, are we doing things right?
But we had the app to work through those
we had
concerns.
the app.
Yes.
So correct. So we did have the app. So any issues I did have, I was able to contact you guys.
Yeah.
You guys were great.
So this is a good segue for explanation for the audience, because it's important to know. So some people like paper instructions, like they expect this day 1, day 2, but that's variable. Yes. Because not everybody heals the same way. Not everybody has the same amount of pain.
Correct.
Not everybody has the same amount of swelling. And some of them have all of it together. Some of them just breeze through it. So it's hard to know exactly what to predict on who.
Sure,
the style of surgery is different. The extent of surgery is different. So it's not a good way to do that, at least in our opinion.
Okay.
So what we do is we use the Simplast patient app. That's what you use. And you have been able to reach us pretty much anytime you need it with very specific questions that pertain to you and only you, and we were able to communicate in that fashion.
The first evening of the surgery, I think someone reached out, the nurse reached out to me. The very next day, you and I had a virtual over the phone. And we were in constant contact. I think I reached out a couple of times. I did have a little bit more pain than I had envisioned.
So did you use narcotics for a period of time?
I did. You had some oxycodone and some Tylenol, I think it was, and yes, I did the oxycodone.
Overall, do you feel like it was about as you expected the process to be, better, easier, or harder?
The post was a little bit more difficult than I expected. But a little bit shame on me, because most of my research was pre-op, and being a guy, I thought this is going to be a piece of cake.
Guys are the biggest wimps many times.
Right, and I thought it was going to be
women are tough. Women are tough.
I wasn't concerned about the post-op, and so I took it a little lightly and didn't know what to expect. So I don't think it wasn't terrible by any means, but it was different than I thought, because I just thought I was gonna really breeze through it, and I had a couple of rough nights where there was but the oxycodone, within a half hour. So,
how do you feel now? Do you have pain now, or is it all pretty much gone 4 weeks into surgery?
No, no pain anymore. The pain lasted, the first initial days. Probably the 3rd or 4th day, I think the pain was the worst. But after 1 week, it was pretty good. I had a little bit of pain here and there. I think the 8th or 9th day. After that, I haven't experienced any pain.
So what would you say to other men of or surrounding your age about this surgery? What it did for you? What is your recommendation?
I would say, if you don't feel that you look the way that you feel, go for it. There is a little bit of a stigma attached to it, right? You don't have a lot of men, as many men do it. I haven't been sharing this with friends. I have a friend coming in town in a week or so. He hasn't seen me in a while. I'm still trying to figure out if I'll tell him or not. But certainly I would encourage men to do it, because I just feel so much better about myself.
And you look like yourself.
And I look like myself. Yeah, you didn't change the way I look. I don't look like a different person. I don't look pulled. I look like a younger version of myself.
And neck makes a world of difference.
And neck makes a world of difference. And we're coming into the spring now. And I just can't wait to get back out there and get active and enjoy the more youthful.
For what it's worth, and you've done remarkably well. You followed the script exactly. We were constantly in touch with you. You look fabulous. Your neck looks great. Your jawline looks great. Your incisions are going to disappear fairly soon. And only 4 weeks in, you pretty much are right where you need to be in terms of your healing. And thank you for sharing your story, because a lot of people appreciate this information.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.